ACC Network basketball quadruple header, and we're going to close the show tonight in Chapel Hill. Number 17, North Carolina back at home after a loss in Dallas last Saturday to SMU. 237th meeting with the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest. And courtside with Dennis Scott, West Durham. Delighted to have you with us tonight. The treat for us and for you is we get to see two of the best scorers in the ACC. One a freshman star, the other one a sophomore sharpshooter. But let's start with Caleb Wilson. He's been everything advertised so far, 3D.
He really has. If you haven't had a ticket, you had to come watch UNC play. You need to, because defensively, that's how he sets the tone for the ball game. And then once he gets going, he attacks the paint. A lot of people think he shoot more threes, Wes. Not me. I think he needs to stay in the paint, attack the rim, attack the defense, and get the other big guys in foul trouble. And right here, he lets you know, I have arrived in transition, and that's the one he says, hey, everybody, I'm Caleb Wilson.
Yep, no question. Leads him in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks. Now, Juke Harris, he's a star in the making for Steve Forbes at Wake Forest.
I call this the work don't last. He's been working this summer to go from 6.1 points a game to 19 points. That lets you know the young man's been in the gym. He likes to shoot threes, but more importantly, get to the free throw line.
Fifth in the league in scoring at just under 20 a game. And Harris is coming off a 28-point performance. We're in about the last 7 minutes on Wednesday night in Winston-Salem against Miami. He might have been the best player on the floor.
No question about it. I was asking you what's going on with him. It took so long to get going in that second half, where in the first half he's been too conservative, if you will.
Teams have split the last 6 meetings. They played twice a year ago. Carolina won in Charlotte at the ACC tournament. And last January, Wake beat the Heels 67-66. The 100th meeting in Chapel Hill is underway. Spillers and Bessar get us started, and the Deacons in black with Nate Calmes. Get first chance. Colvin. There's Harris. Now to the transfer, Calmes from Washington State. Poked away. Here's Trimble in the open floor. He'll lay it up.
We talked about that with Hubert Davis. How big would Trimble be? Who would he start on already? Ball pressure to turn over to a layup.
Trayvon Spillers. He and Harris, the two biggest deeks on the floor to start the game for Forbes. Down the lane goes Juke Harris.
Oh, tough shot there by Juke. Left hand works nicely.
Little backcourt pressure offered. Omaha Ballou back in the starting lineup tonight for Wake Forest. This is Jaron Stevenson. Carolina's going back to a lineup they used at the front of the year. Lob for Bessar. Out of a double team, skips it across. Carolina moves it crisply for Trimble. Here's Stevenson, a three. Bessar, Wilson crashed the glass. Ball got knocked away. They scramble for it. And Bessar tried to collect. And Bert Smith, who works with Matt Potter and Justin Porterfield, asked for a held ball. And it will stay at the Carolina end of the floor.
Rebounding, 2-3 zone. Coach Ford talked about that shoot around this morning. So a lot of zones, so all 5 guys have to get in there and help rebound.
And the minute the ball went inside, the Deacons crashed on top of Wilson and Bessar.
Exactly. So all game long, we have to keep an eye on that.
Kyan Evans puts it in play. Trimble against Colvin. Evans launching. And hits. Kyan Evans, who had just 3 points in Dallas in 14 minutes last Saturday. And Colvin cannot hang on to it. Miles Colvin turns it over for Wake Forest.
Well, Hubert Davis talked about this morning, the defensive intensity have to get off to a fast start tonight.
5-2 in favor of Carolina. Look at Ballou at the front of this, Dennis.
So a 1-3-1 zone this time.
Yeah. Steve Forbes telling us, I don't like to play zone, but I may have to. Trimble, Bessar, baseline.
Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? The 5-4 backdoor cut for the two-hand jam.
An emphatic opening field goal for Caleb Wilson. Carolina by 5 early. Spillers, lob, Ballou.
Hey, right back at you. Good job, Spillers, keeping his dribble alive on that one, Wes. Big old backdoor.
3-point advantage. More zone from the Deeks. Evans, another three. That's too strong. Bessar, the rebound. Back up and score it. A second chance basket gets Henry Bessar on the board.
Right there, Caleb goes backdoor. Great pass. One of the best 5-4 tandems in our game, Wes. Then Spiller's good job keeping his head up. Big O with the good hands at the rim.
Boy. Ballou, who left the Virginia Tech game last Saturday in Winston-Salem, kind of with a foot problem. Everything was negative. He played limited minutes the other night, only 16 against Miami. Forbes could use him, given the rebound margin fight that Wake Forest might be in. Vessar knocks down the free throw.
Already Carolina has 2 offensive rebounds.
With backcourt pressure offered here by Hubert Davis's team. Now look at this. They chase on the wings. And Ballou will turn it over. Take me through the double team on that, Dennis. They're challenging not the first pass, but the first catch.
Yes, it's the first pass after half court. So once the ball comes over half court, now you shorten the court up. Big time trap. O could not see his teammate.
Yep. Evans and Stevenson forced that giveaway by the Deacs.
So
Three of them already.
That first part of the trap is kind of coy. As soon as you come across half court, let's get you.
Yep. 6-point lead for Carolina. Bogovac a triple. Luka had one spin out. Vessar tried to keep it alive. Colvin runs it down. Calmes and the Deacs. Spiller sets the screen. Here's Harris, a triple. Back rim miss. And run down Colvin. And he stepped out of bounds. Justin Porterfield eyes it. So we're about 3 minutes in. Got a lot of tempo already, which actually favors both schools.
No question about it. I love what Nate Calmes does. So far, Evans and Trimble are doing what they do, too. Good start to this game so far.
Yep. Steve Forbes probably like to have a couple less turnovers.
Correct.
Trimble. Bogovac thought about it. Challenged Harris on the drive. Vessar attacks into the lane, pushed it up and in with the right hand.
With some long steps on that, we got away with it, huh?
5 for Vessar. Yep. Exclamation point to the Euro step for Vessar. 12-4, Carolina by 8. Spillers for Calmes. Colvin on the dig. Turns nicely done. Couldn't finish it. Wilson the rebound. Evans. Oh, pass fake 3. Front rim miss, and Harris the rebound. Ballou can shoot the 3. He can turn it over.
Cookies.
Wilson all the way. Caleb Wilson has got 2 dunks. Steve Forbes takes a timeout here, 3D.
Well, I talked about it first. You set the tone by playing defense. You get the cookies. You get outrun. A business decision. Caleb Wilson to the rim.
You see Wake Forest, who struggled with turnovers the other night, although they were +1 in the margin against Miami. Rebounding was the bigger concern for Steve Forbes, but 5 turnovers has already been cashed out for 8 Carolina points here early, Dennis. The 2 made field goals, Ballou off a lob, Harris on a drive and score. You're just going to have to keep scrambling here if you're Coach Forbes and the Deacs. Now remember, they have lost 2 of the last 3, 3 of the last 4. And seemingly they invite close games.
Yes, they do.
5 or less is their neighborhood.
But on the flip side of that party, Carolina's coming here and saying, you know what? We lost a tough game at SMU tonight. And Hubert said our defense wasn't up to par. So they're another little 1-2-2 track here again.
Yep. Hubert Davis said they spent the week between SMU last Saturday and today's ball game on defense. And he said that's really no different than what we've done most of the year.
There you go.
Although this was said a little more emphatically than I recall from November. Vessar controls the missed shot. Schwieger has come in. He wears 13 for the Deacs. Cooper Schwieger, he's a transfer from Valpo. That ball got knocked away by Colvin, and Matt Potter says last touch by Bogovac.
Yeah, that's a good catch.
So
Colvin does a good job, a little ball pressure, and just lost it.
Yep.
Just lost it.
Fair call.
That's why Hubert went the other way. Did he argue the call?
So Deacs with the ball, Carolina by 10. Spillers, Calmes. Now Spillers turning with the left hand, left it on the front of the iron, and Wilson the rebound. Bogovac. Here's Dixon the three. Missed it on the front of the rim. It dropped straight down into the hands of Trayvon Spillers. Dixon's come into the ball game. Evans has gone to the Carolina bench. Derek Dixon, freshman from Northern Virginia, wears number 3 for the Tar Heels. And Justin Porterfield's got a foul. And that's going to be on Seth Trimble. It will be his first on Carolina. Team fouls are even at 1. Jaron Stevenson for Henry Veson.
That's this lineup right here, Wes, is interesting because Caleb Wilson's at the 5 now. So now a rebound or defense, your 5-man is pushing the break.
Cal makes a step back 3. Got his own rebound. Fresh 20 for the Deeks and Spillers. Carolina switching everywhere though, Dennis.
That's it. In small lineup.
Trimble on Spillers.
Yeah, you can switch everything. Trimble stays solid.
Spillers an easy one, couldn't finish, and Schwieger knocks it out.
But you saw Caleb Wilson coming on the baseline for help. So that's why Trimble stayed solid. Don't foul, because you got help on the baseline side, and Caleb Wilson was right there.
You know, the fascinating part is, not just Carolina in this particular case, we're seeing more teams switch 1 through 5 this year than I think we have in previous years.
Well, more guys are talented nowadays. You can trust 1 through 3 if they're willing to be physical like Trimble was in that last possession.
Schwieger, Wilson on the drive, fouled as he goes to the rack. Cooper Schwieger draws his first.
Cooper Schwieger, welcome to Caleb Wilson. It's not fair for your 5-man to face up like that and give you a jab and 1 dribble and you're at the rim.
First on Schwieger, second on Wake Forest. Couple of free throws coming for Caleb Wilson. We told you all the things Caleb Wilson leads Carolina in. He also leads them in dunks.
Yes.
And he leads the nation in dunks. And he's added 2 to the tally.
And the bank's open this time of night.
The shooter's paradise. Go ahead, tell me where the shooter's paradise factors that in. Huh? How does bank free throws work in your world?
On Saturdays. We're allowed on Saturdays.
On Saturdays. Yeah. So that caused a little bit of a stir among the faithful here in Chapel Hill.
Yes, it did.
Second one.
There you go.
Cleaner. 9-0 run by Carolina, and the lead is 12. 6 for Wilson. Spillers against Jaron Stevenson. Calmes back for Schwieger. Now Spillers wraparound dribble. 3 to shoot. Calmes in front of the bench. Drills a 3. Calmes got off a hot start on Wednesday night from behind the line. He's on the board for the first time. Wake needed that to stop the Carolina run. Trimble for Stevenson. Look at 3 black shirts are there. And they battle for it. Stevenson will kick. Bogovac a 3. Calmes on the backside. Harris a catch and shoot. That rattles in. Juke Harris, his 36th 3 of the year. He's averaged 20 in their last 3 games. 42% from the floor. He's Wake's leading scorer now in this first half. What was 12 a moment ago, 6 in a row by the Deeks. And Trimble lost it on the dribble, thought he was fouled. No whistle. Harris will spot up. 8 for Juke Harris, including a pair of triples.
Sometimes you see the ball go through hoop. The next teammate sees it go through. You get a couple stops.
Trimble. Almost 8 minutes into this first half. Dixon, shot fake. Stevenson, the right-hand jump hook. And oh my heavens. Wilson in the air, stayed off the back of Spillers to follow it home.
As you watch the replay at home, people, you do not stand still. You pass the ball, you see your teammate drive baseline, you start drifting, but watch how Caleb goes back door. Spillers turns his head in one the old-fashioned way.
Foul is on Trayvon Spillers. His first, 3rd on Wake. Caleb Wilson now with 8 already and at the line for 9 on the 3-point play. perfect from the floor, as you see. And the free throw good. 9 for Wilson. He's out. Just ahead of the under 12 media timeout. Look at that.
Come on.
Bessar into the ball game to replace the freshman from Atlanta. Good thing we talked about Wilson and Harris at the top because they're delivering. Here's more from Harris. He couldn't knock down another three.
Staying more aggressive tonight than he was the other night.
No question about that. Schwieger getting a lot of time here off of Steve Forbes' bench. He started the last couple of ball games. Or started the other night against Miami when Ballou is still recovering from his injury against Virginia Tech. Powell in the game. Dixon, right corner. That's Young. Jaden Young, by the way, who's only made 5 two-point field goals this year, knocks down his 6th triple. 9-point lead again for Carolina. Akins, Schwieger. Look at Harris. Used the Schwieger screen twice. Now Bessar and Juke Harris scores. He's got 10 now for the Deacs.
Just love how he kept his dribble alive, stayed patient, and used his body nicely to finish that play. That's
double
tough.
figures in every game, Dennis.
That's tough
for Wake Forest.
Consistency.
Young, Bessar tried to feed it to Stevenson. Got knocked away. Sebastian Akins gets the Carolina turnover. We welcome you to Smith Center in Chapel Hill with Dennis Scott, West Durham. Carolina leading by 7. Juke Harris misses with the 3. It is tapped home by Makai Mason. Wake Forest is trailed by as many as 12. The Carolina lead is 5 here as we've almost reached the midway point of this first half. And a foul called, and that'll get us to a timeout. Tar Heels 22, Deacons 17. We'll reset things for you from Chapel Hill right after this.
Everyone on the team was determined to sacrifice their game and win it for Coach Smith.
The Tar Heels have won the national championship.
But Dennis Scott, West Durham, delighted to have you with us in Chapel Hill. Here's a quick look at how we started. That's almost exactly how we started. Caleb Wilson had 2 big dunks to bring his total to 50 on the year. And Juke Harris has been all that for Wake Forest. And ironically, those are the 2 best players statistically on the floor when we started tonight, Dennis.
Yeah, they both stepped up major way. Juke Harris kind of got Wake back going by knocking down a couple threes. That young man right there at number 8, he impacts the game in so many different ways. That's why I like to talk about his defense first, because that turns into thunderous dunks on offense.
Wilson returns to the floor with Bessar, Kyron Evans, Jaden Young, and Jonathan Powell out there for Carolina. Akins, Ballou, Colvin, Makai Mason, Trayvon Spillers now on the floor for Wake Forest, who's kind of been engaging in this zone here most of the day so far. Bessar fouled by Spillers. That'll be 2 on Trayvon Spillers, 4 on Wake Forest with 10:06 to go.
Well, I appreciated Coach Forbes' transparency the last week. Doesn't have big guys like he's used to.
Right.
So you have to mix match your zones, man-to-man sometime. And Schwieger's about to come in for Spillers, so this 1-3-1, 2-3 all night long is going to be interesting.
Yeah. 60-year-old Steve Forbes from Lone Tree, Iowa. Free throw by Bessar. Season number 6 in Winston-Salem. He's won 100 games as the Deacs coach. 400 in his career. That's 11 seasons at all levels.
I love everything about it.
Yeah.
The more I've gotten a chance to be around him this past week,
Yep.
how he sees the game, some of his in-game play calling, get open shots, what he showed during the Baja tournament. I just love everything with Steve Good. Get him some talent, get him some money. It's new era.
Okay. 24-17. 7-point lead. Colvin back for Akins, who I thought played well the other night.
Very well.
Got hurt late in the ball game. Sebastian Akins transfer from Denver. The Pioneers in the Summit League. That time turned over by Schwieger. Here's Evans. Carolina converted 5 early turnovers to 8 points. Powell Vessar at the foul line. Wilson on the block. Almost traveled. 10 to shoot for Jaden Young. Powell a deep three. Wow. Jonathan Powell's 20th triple of the year.
Good looking shot, stepped into it, shot it with confidence. You and I were watching all those guards shoot around the day. They all shot the ball with confidence.
Yep, he was 2 of his last 9 from 3 prior to that one. Lead back to 10, been as big as 12 in this first half. Mason launches. Can't answer. Wilson's got a rebound. Oh boy. Through a double team. And a foul will be ticketed to the Deacons. Foul is on Omaha Ballou, I believe. It is his first. 5 on Wake Forest.
Once again, how many 4 or 5 men can grab the ball off the rim and start the break? That's the part which that makes Caleb Wilson so special.
Jaden Young, you saw him reach back, slap hands with Hubert Davis coming off the floor. It's been a bit of a struggle for Young. Only averaged 4 minutes a ball game the last 2 for Carolina. And now an offensive foul. Justin Porterfield whistles it on Kyan Evans. Junior transfer from Colorado State. His first, second on Carolina. Gives it back to Wake Forest. Schwieger has checked in for the Deeks. He joins Ballou, Makai Mason, Miles Colvin, and of course Nate Calmise, who's got the ball. Harris at the top. That's a 3, and it bounds away for Wilson. Here's Caleb on the drive and stripped of it by Ballou off Wilson's leg. It'll go to Wake Forest.
Good hands that time.
Absolutely. Omaha Ballou is not going to let Wilson go for the poster.
No, exactly. Once again, he's pushing it. Surveying the playground. Then sticks his hand there just in time without fouling. Good D.
Vessar out. Stevenson in on Carolina's 5th turnover. Wake trailing 10. Schwieger to work on Stevenson. Calme's trying to ride the screen. Ballou. Back rim miss. Stevenson the rebound. Quick outlet. Here's Wilson. Around Calme's.
Calme's said this is a business decision.
Yeah. Doesn't want to be on the poster.
No.
11 for Caleb Wilson. The last one on Calme's, and now we get. That's another one on Kyan Evans. So Evans will be called for his second. 3rd on Carolina. Timeout in Chapel Hill. Tar Heels by 12 on ACC Network. Well, 2 of the top 7 scorers in the ACC on display here tonight. Caleb Wilson already in double figures, and so is the Deeks' Juke Harris.
Yes, and what I like about both guys, they bring it what they do best to the table. Caleb Wilson starts on defense, pushing the break as a 4-man. Juke's coming off screens, put the ball on the floor, get to the paint, nice left-hand layup. So both being impactful in this first half.
Of course, Wilson, one of the more talented freshmen we're seeing, not just in the ACC, but nationally in this college season. And the jump that Harris has made. Just think about this. A year ago against the ACC, he averaged 7 points and shot 44% from the floor and 31 from 3. Yeah, massive jump.
I call it the work don't lie.
It's almost 3x the number.
Yeah.
Scoring total.
You put in the work, more opportunity. What 19 minutes to 32 minutes a night.
Out of the corner, there's Calme's dialing in another 3.
And nice assist right on cue.
Back to a 9-point Carolina advantage. Evans tried to enter it to Wilson, couldn't. Stevenson. Trimble back on the floor with Calme's defending. Oh, Harris, nice job to help with the trap. Derek Dixon waiting to come in for Carolina. And you see Juke Harris, and there's Kyan Evans leaving his Dixon. Re-enters the ball game.
Coach Ford now going to a man-to-man, mixing up again. Been in the zone a lot this half.
8 to shoot. Dixon a 3. Back rim miss. Wilson in the lane. Lost it, and they scramble inside. Caleb somehow came up with it, scored, and draws the foul.
I couldn't see who that was when he got the first drive to the basket.
There you go. You're going to get a look all to your own.
Here we go. Big time rebound, spin cycle. Oh!
Harris.
Yeah, Juke gets his hand on it. He stays with it. Gets to the free throw line. Staying scrappy, big fella.
Harris commits his first 7th now on Wake Forest with 7:04 to go in this first half.
Another offensive rebound for the UNC.
13 for Caleb Wilson as he goes to the line. Free throw rattled out. Vessar the rebound. Another offensive rebound for Carolina. That one off a free throw. And Vessar couldn't do anything with it. Caleb Wilson clenches a fist for 50 years. A clenched fist.
That means come get me, right?
Yep.
I need a blow.
Yep. That language hasn't changed since 1961.
Come on, baby.
Inside, that's Cooper Schwieger. His first points averages just less than 4 for the Deacs. 9-point game. Dixon. Vessar tried out the double team. A third dunk for Wilson. He's got 15 at the other end. Makai Mason missed the 3.
Another rebound and push.
Wilson on the lob and knocked away from behind. Makai Mason got a hand on the deflection. It'll stay with Carolina.
Partner, we've seen a lot of basketball. I can't remember a 5-4 that connect the way these two young men have connected this season. They're taking turns sharing the basketball. Caleb at the rim. Another business decision by Wake Forest. It's just fun to watch two bigs pass the ball so well.
Yeah. There is a conversation off of this in basketball circles. Here's Trimble on the drive. Scores the scoop for Seth Trimble, his second field goal.
You have two bigs down low. They're afraid to leave, so Trimble can get all the way to the rim.
Lead is 13. It's largest of the night for Carolina. Schwieger tries to answer. Jaden Young back on the floor for Hubert Davis. The rebound. So you got Wilson, Vessar, Trimble, Young, and Derek Dixon. Vessar in tight around Schwieger, scores on the scoop.
The old school reverse layup. Use the rim so the shot blocker cannot get to it.
Yep. 9 here for Henry Vessar from Tallinn in Estonia. Almost 5 to go in this first half. Calmes a little shake.
Got him.
Uses the re-screen by Schwieger. And ball knocked out of bounds. Matt Potter says it'll stay with Wake with a fresh 20. So when the Deacs doubled the bigs, and we were talking with Hubert Davis today about this, you got Vessar and Wilson who are very, very adequate passers of the basketball. You don't see that much either.
No, you do not. Maybe one big guy, but you have both guys that are very, very good passers at a high level.
Harris a 3, and Juke Harris
Stop the bleeding. Yes, Wake need that bad to stop the bleeding.
13 for Harris in this first half on his 3rd triple.
Oh, good steal.
Knocked away here is Mason with Jaden Young trailing. And Makai Mason will flush it home for his 2nd field goal.
He didn't like that.
Nope.
He didn't like that at all.
Dixon, Young, Trimble on the perimeter with the 2 bigs. And Trimble working against Colvin. Wake bench thought he traveled and then it got knocked away. It'll stay with Carolina.
Yeah, right here, Wes, you get a little lackadaisical. Big time steal. Wake's trying to get a little run here to finish up the half.
Both guys didn't finish their end of the deal there, huh?
No, they didn't.
Handoff to Trimble or Dixon on the catch.
Yes, they both were lackadaisical.
And Mason was right on the spot. Trimble off the turn into traffic, and Seth Trimble can't score it, but he saves it. Dixon right back at him, couldn't finish. Wilson another rebound and dunk. 17 now for Caleb Wilson. Calmes, Schwieger a 3, got it. Cooper Schwieger, his 5th 3 of the year.
9-point ball game.
5 for the Valpo transfer. Wilson out of the corner on the pass for Young. Dixon a 3.
That's just good half-court basketball right there. Playing through Caleb Wilson, making an easy pass. Mason right back at you.
Boy, Makai Mason drills one. He's got 7. And Caleb Wilson is on the way. He's 7 of 7 from the floor and putting on a show in this first half in Chapel Hill.
You're on Skycam. On the way home from the airport. Those memories, those emotions, they're easy to get back to. That was just an epic journey. We got the thrill of a lifetime.
We're number 1, the tremendous collaboration between ACC Network and Raycom Sports. Its latest offer comes tonight after the ball game. 1993 National Championship for Carolina, and there is a member of that team, Travis Stevenson, who is here at the ball game tonight, one of Eric Montross's close friends. That video you saw, Dennis, at the front, and then you saw the big man, 00, carrying the video camera. That's the video you're going to see tonight in the documentary.
Classic.
And what an unbelievable contribution to this project by Laura Montross and Eric's children, Andrew and Sarah, to complete this doc tonight that you'll see at premiere following North Carolina Wake Forest. It is emotional, and it's another celebration. If you love Carolina basketball, you'll love it. If you follow ACC basketball, you'll really get a lot from it as well. It's another great documentarian development from the We're Number 1 series. They saw the score. He's got 11 in the first half. Lead back to 11 for the Tar Heels at 44-33. Carolina is almost 61% from the floor here in the first half. 2-3 days.
Well, we get layups and dunks, Paul. That's why he shoots such a high percentage. Here's another rebound and push by Caleb.
That's 9 now for Wilson, who may get a double-double before he goes to the locker room. And if he does, my goodness, it'll be his 11th already this year. And Besar fouled on the play. I believe Omaha Ballou. It'll be his second. That is 8 on Wake Forest. Here's Henry Besar, 3 double-doubles in his last 4 games. That streak was snapped last Saturday in Dallas. Uh-oh, I have to call the man over here from the table for a little Shooter's Paradise tune-up for Besar. Huh?
He looked a little tired on that shot.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, that one, he looked a little tired.
Yeah.
His big fella from last game we had with him, I like his form. Yeah, he's all right. Oh, he shot that a little hard.
A little strong.
A little winded out there, big guy. I'm trying to save you.
It's amazing the shooters that you guys collaborate. I saw Lebo come over here before the game. You guys like comparing chemistry notes and stuff. Unbelievable.
Well, he reminded me with my shot. I had to remind him my sophomore year when he made 6 threes in a row and sent me home early.
That's exactly right.
Remember that? I was like, wait a minute, you still bringing up my shot. I remember my sophomore year, you made 6 threes in a row and sent me home. So,
you know, it's funny how many people have come over and talked to you about something that happened 30-something years ago. Right?
Oh, Scott Williams, I saw him at Tech the other day. He said, I don't remember having for dinner last night, but I remember you making that shot 89 in my face. I said, easy, Scott. I forgot about it. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Hey, well, we haven't walked in the building yet. Somebody hasn't want to talk to you about shooting. Here's Trimble. Almost traveled with it. Evans. Oh, had it picked. Calmees and Schwieger. And now Makai Mason to the rack.
Oh, that was nice.
It sure was. 9 from Mason, who's only averaged 4 in his last 5. And at the other end, Young scores clean. Jaden Young's got 5 off Hubert Davis's bench.
The pace is trying to pick up here for the last 2 minutes.
11-point game. It's a high-scoring game. We thought that had a chance. Both teams well into the 80s in terms of their average. They're delivering on that. Moore Harris a 3. You bet. That is now 4 threes and 16 first-half points for Juke Harris.
He has to be aggressive to want to stay in this ball game.
Kick to the corner. Young ready. Knocks down another.
Same corner, same spot. You and I, once again, watched that shoot-around this morning.
8 for Jaden Young. A pair of triples in his pocket. 75 seconds left. Mason can't answer. Wilson knocked it away. It'll stay with Wake Forest. That would have been the 10th rebound for Caleb Wilson in this first half.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I think once people see him live, they'll understand why you said you need to see him live.
Yes, you have to see it live.
Because I don't know that we can show you how much effort and how hard he plays. We can tell you, we can show you clips, but to see him in person, you really, it's interesting. Harris missing on the 3, last touched, I believe, by the Dukes, and that's what Coach Smith said. Isaiah Dennis has come in for Carolina. He wears number 5 for the first time. Steve Forbes also going to put Miles Colvin back on the floor for Wake Forest here in the final 59.7. Dennis trying to get the ball against Harris, who's really doing a good job defensively. Wilson, Young, whoa, backroom miss. Long rebound, Cowboys. On the attack, a spot for 3, and it bangs off the rim. Look at him sky for it. Dennis tried to say that Harris has got it. Juke Harris. And a hand check foul. And I believe it's Wilson. It's his first. 4th foul on Carolina in the first half.
Bringing Basar back a little size here for his last 25 seconds.
Isaiah Dennis comes out. Basar back. Schwieger for Colvin. 5-second differential as we work to the half. Calmes against Stevenson. Juke Harris on the drive, lost it. Wake turned it over. They scramble for it. Basar, Stevenson, and what does Burt say? Timeout, Carolina. Stevenson rolls over with possession. Hubert Davis takes the timeout. We'll take it with him. Back to finish the half in just a moment. Well, the game is following the script from a star perspective, Dennis.
It really is. And if I go a little deeper for our viewers, a lot of people say, well, Caleb Wilson does this, he does that. He needs to shoot more threes, work on his jump shot. No, he doesn't. Keep attacking the paint, keep attacking the rim, keep putting the pressure on the other team's defense, and then get the bigs in foul trouble. That's how you have impact on the game.
I'll tell you the other thing, too, is number 2 for the Deacons, Jaden Harris, Juke Harris.
Yes.
He's real.
He's the real deal.
Yep. Sure
He's one of those guys that, hey, guys, in the summertime, put in the work, because this is what happens when you put in the work.
Here goes Trimble, 3 seconds. Basar, 3 at the horn. Backroom miss, and there we go. Halftime in Chapel Hill. Final game of our quadruple header. Carolina's converted the turnovers to an 11-point advantage.
That was the key. Hubert Davis talked about defensive ball pressure. They've done that to get easy offense. And, of course, Caleb Wilson has set the tone.
Caleb Wilson, almost a first-half double-double. 1 of 2 Tar Heels in double figures. He's got 17. Juke Harris has 16 for the Deacs. Next stop, Taylor Tannenbaum, Joel Berry II, and Luke Hancock. Oh, my goodness.
Go.
At halftime.
Go.
Crawled to the title.
You won.
Literally crawled to the title. Carolina 49, Wake Forest 38. We welcome you back to our ACC Network coverage tonight from Chapel Hill. Dennis Scott's in the house in Chapel Hill tonight, and Tar Heel fans everywhere talking about some shot from 30-odd years ago. Wes Durham, great to have you with us. We got the tempo we expected in the first half. We also got the stars to emerge. Juke Harris for Wake Forest and Caleb Wilson of Carolina.
Yeah, Juke Harris really has set the table. Without his 16 first-half points, I don't know where Wake Forest would be right now. Stepping into 3-point shots. You and I had the Miami game the other night. We were wondering would he be more aggressive. Well, tonight, this first half, he's more aggressive in transition, defensively, coming off screens, shooting the ball with confidence. I'd like to see more of that here in the second half.
Well, and the stats, Caleb Wilson is a rebound away from another double-double.
Well, if you haven't been in this building yet, make sure you try to get you a ticket to come see number 8 play. There's not too many 4-man can start the break, finish at the rim, get the crowd going, give you a nice smile, but always move without the basketball. And he and Basar has done an excellent job with the 5-4 combination in this first half.
3 dunks in the first half for Wilson gives him 51 on the year. He leads the nation in that category. Look at the offensive rebounds that were cashed in for second chance points and the points off turnovers.
Oof.
Those were both in Steve Forbes' checklist for his Deacon team, who has the ball and trails 11 as we go to half 2 in Chapel Hill. Original starters are out there for both schools here in the second half. Ballou, who had just a field goal. Colvin and Spillers scoreless. Miles trying to correct that. Has a 3 spin out, rebound, and scored by Harris. He's got 18 now in his 7th field goal.
Yeah, good job by Harris. Jockeying for position and getting that loose ball.
Kyan Evans runs Carolina's offense. Inside for Besson, deflected away. Nicely done. Ballou from behind, challenging the big man. Out of the corner, another 3. Colvin left that short. Evans. Wilson calling for it. Spillers fronting him inside. Stevenson. Here's Trumbull. Evans hesitates, got into traffic, slapped away, and last touch by Wake Forest. 7 to shoot for Carolina here.
Yeah, I think Juke Harris got his hand on that as Evans turned the corner. Thought the lane was kind of crowded on that move.
So Bert Smith needs a little body work out of the.
Somebody spilled the cold beverage on the ball.
Okay. They're going to wipe up the floor first, and then get the basketball maybe taken care of. So,
Good hustle. Good hustle. Good hustle.
Yep. So Kyan Evans to the baseline for the inbounds. Spot throw in here. Wilson with 5 to shoot. Besson. Trimble with 3. Evans catch and shoot. Off the back iron. Rebound for Harris. Quick outlet. Calmes and Wake. And Nate missed Spillers. And knows it. Harris. Spillers out of the corner. Calmes, well, he was ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, he was.
Stevenson did a nice job closing. Instead, the running one-hander.
Where's that floater I've been looking for?
The floater.
He had like 5 of those in the Miami game the other night.
Sure did. He's got 8 here in the ball game. Wake's outscored Carolina 4-0 to start second half. Tar Heel lead to 7, and a foul called on the Deeks at the post. Ballou.
Yeah, Ballou's throwing his hand out.
Key, Iowa, his 3rd first on Wake in the half.
I like the idea to come trap, but come under control. That time he was all off balance and out of control.
3rd on Omaha. Ballou will get him to the bench. And Cooper Schwieger, junior from Overland Park, Kansas, who averages about 17 minutes a game, checks in. He played 15.5 in the first half. And deflected away Calmes. Dennis, how much of Wake's inconsistency, let's call it, is new faces, new places, chemistry as you get into ACC play, things kind of ratchet up, right?
Yeah.
How much of that is just the day-to-day?
I think it's a lot of it. I think that's what Coach Forbes talked about in Miami the other night. As Trimble misses a corner 3, another rebound, big to big.
Yep. Wilson to Besar, 11th double-double for Caleb on the rebound. Besar's got 13.
But to your point, partner, that's the hardest thing that college basketball is doing right now, is to bring 7 or 8 new guys in to get them to buy into the big picture.
Yeah. Tonight is game 17 for Wake Forest. They're looking for another win, and Schwieger a nice move.
Yeah, that time he took Caleb Wilson to the basket, caught him off guard. Big time move.
And now Stevenson tries to answer. Missed the dunk. Rebounded Carolina. Besar 3. Rattles it in from the front. 16 now for Henry Besar. 54-44 again. Schwieger, he'll fire and rattle it in. Another, that's a 2 though.
Foot's on the line.
9 for Cooper Schwieger.
I love his confidence. Just made a nice move on the baseline and followed up with a jump shot.
Evans. Besar another 3. Yep. Oh boy.
Right back at you, partner.
No kidding. Calmes tried to lock the Spurs, deflected Besar. Trimble has got Harris to beat, and Colvin trailed it and deflected it. Turned over by Carolina in a 1-on-2.
Never give up on the play, Colvin.
On the drive, Juke Harris against Wilson. Over the top of him, gets it to go. Wow, 20 now for Harris. And Stevenson on the nice pass from Trimble, his first point.
Yeah, that time Wake Forest was too excited with Juke Harris just made. Stevenson hustles down the court for a dunk.
So Harris has run to the game's scoring leader now with 20. Spillers attacks, and Besar poked it away. So we'll get a timeout. Almost 4.5 gone. Get a foul on Besar will get us to the timeout. A moment ago, though, the big fella from Lithuania, or Estonia rather, knocks down 2 threes in a row. Well, 15:41 to go in the ball game. North Carolina 59, Wake 48. Caleb Wilson 17 and 11 so far, and Caleb Wilson on track to become potentially just the second freshman ever to lead Carolina in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks. The other, T. Hands.
Well, to be on the same graphic with T. Hands,
Yeah.
that dude right there,
Yeah.
that was called a workhorse right there, baby.
I'll tell you this.
T. Hands was a workhorse.
They are different style players.
Yes, yes.
As Spillers goes to the line here, but they have one massive common trait. They both played hard.
All the time.
All the time. And free throw by Spillers is good. First points of the night for Trayvon Spillers, by the way, from Charleston, South Carolina. And second and rolls in. He's only had one double-figure game in the last 6, Dennis, and shooting 41% from the floor. He averages 11-7.
It's safe to say they need more from him if they want to be successful in this conference.
Lead is 9. Bogovac. Kyle Evans. There's Luka. Fall away left of the lane. Bounds away. Colvin the rebound. Calmes. Cooper Schwigger's starting to feel it a little bit, I think. There's a 3 ball.
Okay.
Calmes. He's now got 11 in the ball game. His 3rd 3 of the night. Wilson inside. A couple of shot fakes, fouled on the play. And Schwieger or Spillers. It's the 3rd on Trayvon Spillers.
See, that time I thought they had Caleb Wilson perfect on the baseline. The backboard was your 3rd defender, and you smacked out the ball to bail him out.
Wilson scoreless so far in the second half. And here's the first of 2 for Caleb Wilson. 3 of his first 4 tonight. Free throw good. Don't forget, following the We're Number One documentary around 9 o'clock tonight Eastern Time. Nothing But Net breaks down the full day in the ACC, highlights, analysis, and more. Taylor Tannenbaum, Tar Heel great Joel Berry, Louisville great Luke Hancock. We'll take care of you tonight. 19 now for Wilson. Lead is 8 again. Deacons can't have empty possessions.
Correct.
Spillers. Here's Harris. Bogovac is right there. And turned over by Juke Harris. And here's Kyle Evans with Spillers. And it fell off the rim, or it would have been an and one opportunity instead. Trayvon Spillers just committed his 4th. And that's the 3rd on Wake Forest.
Well, good hands by Besar. Let's see Spillers. That's a tough one. He didn't really foul him, but there was some contact there. So
Kyle Evans is just shooting, by my count, his 9th free throw of the year.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. He had 15 points a couple of weeks ago in the ACC opener against Florida State, thanks in part to 5 threes. He's only had 1 double-figure game in the last 9. And the part that brings that mention into play is last year in the Mountain West at Colorado State, as he picks up his 4th point there. He finished the season with 13 double-figure games in their last 15. Wow. Now, different teammates, different systems, all that, but he's capable. Lead 9 again for Carolina after Evans got 1 of 2, and there's a turnover by Calmes. So Raikes had 2 empty possessions now. Bogovac through traffic and threw it away from Trimble. Carolina gives it right back. And this is the part of the Carolina game right here on their 11th turnover, Dennis. That's what Hubert Davis was talking to us today about. Can we be consistent with who we are?
In that last possession, that was an unforced turnover. Just a bad decision.
6 minutes in, second half. Ballou. Colvin still scoreless in the ball game. Comes in averaging 13-3. Schwieger with 3 to shoot, and Wilson stole it from him. Cookies. Bogovac. Spot up 3. Wilson tried to follow it. And Trimble had it. Ballou fell on him for his 4th foul. And Seth Trimble, who's coming off the left forearm injury. And Omaha Ballou and Trayvon Spillers now both have 4 in the ball game. Look at this.
One leg got tangled up in there.
So with 13:34 to go, Ballou will come out, and Makai Mason checks in. So Spillers and Ballou will be on the bench a while for Steve Forbes with 4.
Yes.
Carolina by 9. Derek Dixon on the floor for the first time in the second half. Caleb Wilson's gone to Hubert Davis's bench. Trimble on the drive, knocked away, 5 to shoot for Carolina. Last touch by the Deeps.
Wake Forest once again a little 2-3 matchup zone to kind of slow Carolina down the last possession.
In the corner, Dixon. Fell off softly from the front, rebounded by Harris. Calmes and Besar stuck a hand in, deflected it out of bounds. And Nate Calmes, I don't know if he took contact on the play, but whatever it is, he shook it off.
Yes, that first crossover on Bogovac, I thought he should have rose up and shot it.
Stevenson almost picked it from Schwieger. Nearly full house. I mean, all the way to the top here in Chapel Hill tonight for Carolina's first home game in the ACC campaign with the full student capacity here. And Besar deflected that on the Harris inbound. Schwieger still got it. 7 minutes gone, second half. Calmes. Fall away, step back is no good. And last touched by Wake Forest. It'll go to Carolina with 12:49 to go here. Carolina has not had a field goal more than 3 minutes. Here comes Sebastian Akins to replace Nate Calmes now for Wake Forest. And Akins going to draw Derek Dixon. Skip into the corner for Trimble. Bogovac, and a hand check on Harris will be his second. 5th on Wake Forest here in this second half. Carolina's got 1 team foul through the first 7.5 minutes. And the guy from the DMV puts it in play.
Hey.
Derek Dixon. Trimble. Lob. Shot. 20 21 now for Henry Basar. He's got the Carolina scoring lead. Lead back to double figures. Harris answers. Lead for Trimble. And a travel called by Matt Potter on Seth Trimble.
They tried to get a little Euro step on that. That was a little too much.
12th turnover on Carolina. All right, count them all, 3D. I know you never traveled.
1, 2, 3. He was trying to Euro step through London, but we're in Chapel Hill.
Working through the EU.
Yeah.
Not just Europe, European Union. He was getting it all. Akins leans, and Dixon will be ticketed. So Derek Dixon's first, second on Carolina. We get a timeout in Chapel Hill. Henry Basar has got 10 here in the second half. A pair of threes, and a moment ago, a dunk. Tar Heels lead by 11. Well, next Wednesday night, triple header on ACC Network. Georgia Tech welcomes Pitt to Midtown Atlanta at 7 o'clock. But no. Carolina's out west at 9 o'clock. Maples Pavilion against the Cardinal of Kyle Smith, who lost today on the road at Virginia by 15. Then late night, ACC After Dark.
Let's go, baby.
Next Wednesday night,
Let's
11
do
o'clock
this.
Eastern, 8 Pacific, 3D and me at Haas Pavilion for number 6 Duke and Cal.
You up late, get your hot
I
cocoa.
can't wait till the people see you out there.
Let's go.
You see the offensive rebounds and second chance points tonight. Steve Forbes knew what the situation was in a little bit of an uphill battle. Carolina's taking big advantage here.
Yeah. The two bigs, Basar and Caleb Wilson, they've done a heck of a job early on. And even the guards have stuck in there for the Tar Heels and gotten some rebounds.
Akins gets his first point. The crowd roaring because, like most college arenas, you get 2 misses in the second half. Somebody's getting something. Cookies.
Cookies. Like I said, those are my cookies.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I need some milk with my cookies.
I know you do. Right corner, Powell right on time. Triple for Jonathan Powell. He's got 6. The lead 13 now. Back to its largest margin tonight for Carolina, I think. There may have been 15 once. So just off that. Akins. Nice pass. Schwieger can't finish. Basar cleans it up. Dixon. Basar tried to dump it to Wilson. Catch. Layup. That'll do 21 tonight now for Caleb Wilson. And he just continues to add to his total. Carolina's got their largest lead of the game again. 15 points. Back to Chapel Hill. Back in Chapel Hill, where Caleb Wilson is back to work tonight. Now in the ball game with 21 points and 11 rebounds. Dennis, not only is that his 11th double-double, it's the 8th time in 11 double-doubles that it's been comprised of 20 or more and 10 rebounds or more.
I'm going to say it again, partner. When he came over this morning, we spoke the morning shoot around.
Yeah.
I said, don't listen to the naysayers. Keep attacking the paint. Look at these numbers. Look at the people he's being compared to.
Exactly.
None of those guys lived the three-point line, did they? All those guys attacked the paint, attacked the rim, shared the basketball, played defense, great teammates. That's a heck of a list to be on.
I don't know, that guy who was last on the list from Shaker, New York, used to shoot threes when the line was inside the top of the circle.
That was a short line there, wasn't it?
Yeah. The long arms of Samuel Bruce Perkins. There's a hand check foul on Powell. But to your point, and if Lauren George, our producer, could flash that one more time after we get the foul on Powell, which is his first.
But thanks for the correction, though.
Is generational.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the other part.
Yes.
Antoine Jameson, who's here tonight, the leader on that list. But the neighborhood is pretty strong.
If your numbers aren't right, you can't go in that neighborhood.
That's exactly right. Counties. Spillers back on the floor now, playing with the 4 fouls. So is Ballou here for Steve Forbes. Trailing by 15. Forbes couldn't wait any longer. Harris off the glass and a smile. As Caleb Wilson's like, okay.
Hey, got to give it to him. That was great defense. It's a little better offense.
23 for Juke Harris now in the ball game. 7.5 after a 16-point first half. Wilson. Bessar. Inside of 10 to play now. Backdoor cut. There's Evans. Kicks it in the corner. Jaden Young. Rattles the ball again. He's got 3 threes now and 11 points for Jaden Young.
You have a 7-footer that can see over the defense, and he finds the shooter in the corner.
72-57. 1-3 gets another. Talmese with 10 to shoot. Got it to Spillers. Trayvon Spillers, first field goal with 9:21 to go in the game. He only had 1 field goal the other night and 6 tries against Miami. Well, Young has been a very nice add to the lineup tonight for Hubert Davis.
He really has. A couple corner threes, solid defensively.
Evans, back rim miss, with box out by the Deeks. Harris again to work against Young now. Spillers. And Wilson another rebound. Here goes Caleb. Trying to find something. Skips it in the corner. Powell a shot fake. Back for Kyan Evans. And Colvin saved it.
I think Spalding came on the side of the backboard on that one. That was a tough one, partner. Good gracious.
Was left wide open there momentarily. Harris another long 3. Turnbull, Stevenson waited at the table for Carolina. Mason for Wake Forest. Wilson a step away. And Bessar tried to keep it alive, and it's Colvin who made the save. Elijah Davis, the coach's son, in the corner.
He's like, what?
Said he was on the line in the corner, out of bounds, but it's a play-on situation for Blue. And the 3 spins out, and we get a whistle and a foul.
I think they got Powell.
And Miles Colvin went into the seats over the top of one of our camera people. Timeout on the floor in Chapel Hill. .13 lead for Carolina, 72-59. And as we went to break, Miles Colvin wiped out our cameraman, Brian Ware. Oh, look out. Now, get another look. Poor Brian's doing his job. The more you can do, Brian. Good job. Way to hang in there.
Way to take one for the team, B. Way to take one for the team, baby. There you go.
I recommend eye black and an arm pad next time.
Some shoulder pads next time.
Maybe some shoulder pads. Check in the football building, see if they can get you a fit of small.
Come on, baby. That's called teamwork right there.
Appreciate the effort. Appreciate Colvin gearing down, too.
Yes.
And Stevenson stuck a hand in on a pass for Juke Harris.
You said something earlier about the switching. Caleb Wilson's yelling, switch, switch, switch. That's how Stevenson get in the pass lane to get that deflection.
Yeah. Talmese out front. 7.5 to play. Wake trailing 13. 3 ball is good. Nate Talmese here in the second half now has 14 in the ball game for Wake Forest.
And we talked about him in the Miami game, how streaky of a shooter he can be.
Yep.
But can one of those hot streaks come up here in these last 7 minutes of this ball game?
10-point game. And
like a days
turned
ago.
over. Spillers knocked it away. Stevenson to Bede, and 1 for Trayvon Spillers. So the Deacons tighten the screws defensively right in the front court here at 3D and get the reward at the end.
A little lackadaisical there for Trimble. Big time steal by Spillers. Throw the ball ahead. 1 dribble and a good concentration with the finish.
And then Trayvon Spillers to the line to try and put his 7th point of the ball game, all here in the second half on the board. Wake's going to take everybody off the line for the 81% shooter in Spillers. And Derek Dixon comes in as Jonathan Powell leaves the floor for Carolina.
Now I'm surprised, like we had that Miami game the other night. Coach Ford, after free throws, was being like a little zone press, but not really pressing, just to kind of slow you down and take you out of your offense.
Spillers rolls it in.
I love it though. Big fella making the free throws. Nobody on the line. That's confidence, baby.
That's the old John Chaney method.
Yes,
right?
yes, sir. Good call.
John Chaney used to drop everybody back to almost the paint at the other end of the floor.
That's it. Another lackadaisical play.
And almost taken by Calmes. Here's Young to Dixon. Wake really trying for the deflections, and on the drive, Derek Dixon draws the foul. And the foul is on Makai Mason. His second, 6th on Wake Forest here in the second half. So here's Derek Dixon. Wake on an 8-0 run. Carolina tries to snap it here at the free throw line. Dixon 15 of 18 at the stripe this year. And that rattled out. Hubert Davis. Quick wipe of the brow. Second one cleanly through. 4 for Dixon. 8-point lead for Carolina. Wake Forest has kind of turned up the volume a little bit with their defensive play. And took it away. He's got Young with him. Collected. Never had it. Almost like he tried to pick it up and continue the dribble rather than just collect the ball here, Dennis.
Yeah, grabbed the ball first. He kind of peeked back a little bit to see where the defender was chasing him down and lost track of the ball.
Well, right back to the Deeks. Calmes. There's another step back. Nate Calmes with 11 and a half, 17 in the game now.
The streak has shown up at the right time.
He opened the game the other night with Miami knocking down 3 threes. He's got 3 in a row here now in the second half against Carolina and Chapel Hill. That's going to be Spillers, and if so, that's 5.
Yeah, you see how Spillers threw his hands up? Yes. Use your body. You try to go for the block. That's why the foul came. Hold your space.
And Trayvon Spillers going to get the foul. It's 5th. And you see Calmes. That's reminiscent of the fallback game winner he had against Virginia Tech last Saturday.
Call partner. And he was on a roll.
So Trayvon Spillers fouls out with 6:12 to go in the game. And 7 points for the grad transfer in his second year in Winston-Salem after starting his career at Appalachia. And a quick reminder to you, we got women's basketball tomorrow on ACC Network. A quadruple header awaits. We'll start you in Blacksburg at noon with BC Virginia Tech. Florida State's at Miami, 2 o'clock presented by Food Line. Then off to Midtown Atlanta for Clemson and Georgia Tech. And we'll close at Reynolds Coliseum and Valvano Arena in Raleigh. SMU and NC State at 6. It's all on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Bessar's free throw was good. That was the 17th foul on Wake Forest a moment ago. It was 6:12 to go in the game. And Henry knocks them both down. Boy, he's had a terrific second half for Coach Davis.
Crowd's into it here probably the last 6 minutes.
23 now for Bessar. 75-68. Then as big as 15 for Carolina. Wake's closed it to 7. Runner Calmes.
Float on.
Yep.
He had 5 of them in that Miami game to keep him in the ball game.
Yep. Trimble now in a 5-point game. Deacons used that run to get it to single digits. They've capitalized behind Calmes' surge here. Skip for Young. Catch and shoot. Back rim miss. Into the corner. Jaden Young tried to save it against Makai Mason and commits the foul going over the back.
Yeah.
First on Young, 5th on Carolina here in the second half. 6th on Carolina in the second half.
Young's been shooting the ball well all night. Just a tough miss in that last possession. I thought good ball move shot he's been making all night. Big O, hope he's not.
Omaha Ballou shaking up on the play. Braxton Ziegler is the trainer for Wake Forest. He's going to wait on Ballou to arrive at the bench. And they'll take a look at Omaha. Remember now, he had that foot injury last Saturday in Winston early in the first half against Virginia Tech. Missed the remainder of the game. And then did not start Wednesday night against Miami. And played only 16 minutes. Another look here at the.
Ooh, stepped on Caleb Wilson's foot. Okay.
Ballou goes out of the lineup. Schwieger comes in. And here's Schwieger at the basket. It got blocked by Trimble. Rejected by Seth Trimble.
What a point guard. Blocks a center shot. You don't have to say. Great pass, but get that shot out of here. Yes, and don't bring it back. That's a point guard blocking a center shot. We call that big game hunting. Whoa, that's big time right there, partner.
Ball got kicked away, reset to 20 for Wake.
Most people would say, I'm going to take a business decision, get out the way. Seth Trimble said, not tonight. Look, people still standing up, buzzing off of that.
Yep. Calmes in for Harris, catch. And Calmes tried to follow it from the backside, and a whistle and a foul on Carolina.
Great instincts, partner, by Calmes. He took the ball out of bounds and had the instincts to go follow up and get fouled.
Bessar's second. It's the 7th on the heels in the second. 5:20 to go, and we're going to get 2 here for Calmes. 1 and 1 on the next couple common fouls. He's 94%.
I don't believe in the announcer drink. I believe in retired sometime late ball game. We get a little tired, miss a shot. Because he's been on a streak.
Yep. A pretty good player. Terrific find in the portal for Steve Forbes is this kid.
I've been very impressed watching it up close.
He had made his last 6 in a row prior to the miss. Starts a new streak on the second one. 20 now for Calmes. And 14 of it in the second half. Wake Forest to within 4 with 5:13 to play, and an off-the-ball foul is on Makai Mason, I believe. It's his 3rd. And the 8th on Wake Forest, so 1 and 1 here for Kyan Evans. And Dennis, it's interesting, we were mentioning the low totals for Calmes. Kyan Evans, this will be just his 11th free throw attempt, and left it on the front rim.
Gave it all back.
And Vasar couldn't control it, and they'll go back to Wake Forest. Carolina's gone 4.5 minutes without a field goal.
I tease all young players, you work so hard, to, keyword, to earn the free throws,
right?
Then give them back.
They no longer were free.
There you go.
Wilson, Stevenson, Bessar, Trimble, and Evans on the floor for the Tar Heels. Calmes with Juke Harris, Schwieger, Mason, and Ballou. Left corner, Schwieger, a 3. No, too strong. Mason, the rebound. Second chance opportunity for Wake Forest. We go inside, 5 minutes in Chapel Hill. Mason into traffic, fall away, rim back.
2 good looks. Steve Forbes not mad. He just mad they missed the shot, but they got 2 good looks.
4-point game. Mason hit a wet spot. His shoe's still kind of squeaking here. They're trying to get the floor wiped up while Carolina plays at the other end. Double team quickly on Vasar. Feeds Evans. Kick for Stevenson. 3 away. Too strong. Long rebound for Harris.
Got a good shot.
Carolina's Achilles of not being able to hit the 3 is starting to kick in a little bit for Hubert Davis's concerns. Tar Heels average about 8.5 a ball game. We're sitting on 9 tonight. Calmes a step back. Money shot from Nate Calmes. And Wake Forest is to within 1 with 4:03 to play in the ball game.
When we talk about being streaky, staying in the ball game, you get stops. Calmes, streaky shooter. You step back, you don't rotate, splash. Calmes. The streak is real.
So So going into my senior year, I didn't want to leave knowing that I didn't give everything that I could. And for us to win that national title for Coach Smith, you guys have another year to come back. I don't. So leave everything on the floor. We had to win that game.
There were stars. There were stars in New Orleans when they won the national title, but the heart and soul of the Carolina team was Roanoke, Virginia's George Lynch. And of course, he and Eric Montross, and the MOP at New Orleans that night was Donald Williams, who had 25 in the 77-71 win.
He got hot right on time, didn't he? Good gracious.
Donald Williams did from Garner.
Yes, he did.
And you'll see the We're Number One 1993 national championship following our coverage of the Deeks and Heels. And we got plenty to go here inside 4 minutes in a one-point game. Wake trailed at 1 point in the second half by 15. And they closed the gap thanks in part to the terrific effort of Nate Calmes. Here's Evans with 11 to shoot. All the way through Stevenson. Now Trimble. 5 with Seth on the dribble. Pull up on the baseline is short. And Schwieger had it. They scramble for it. Basar's got it. And saved it to Evans. Here is Wilson. Ballou plays with 4. Caleb fouled him out. Right there. Omaha Ballou is going to foul out of the ball game with 3:22 to go and 2 points.
Look at Caleb's patience. Went for the pump fake. Caught Ballou off balance a little bit. I know he doesn't like the foul, but it's a good move.
1-1 for Caleb Wilson on the 9th against Wake Forest in the second half. Wake Forest to within 1 as Wilson goes to the line here, and it'll be Miles Colvin that checks in. Caleb Wilson's only got 4 points in the second half. He had a 17.9 rebound first half. So Juke Harris has got 23 tonight. And he had 16 in the first half. He's only got 7 in the second half. Here's Wilson, the front end of the 1-and-1. Or no 2 shots, beg your pardon. And there is Nate Calmes and Juke Harris. They've got 46 of the 74.
He picked up where he left off the Miami game the other night, partner.
Yep. And he was terrific the other night. He's averaged 22 in their last 2, including 6 of 10 from 3 coming into the ball game. And tonight, he is 6 of 9 from 3. Wilson hit the back end. 22 now for Caleb Wilson. 74.
Free throw shooting, decision making, and open shot making here in the last 3 minutes.
A 3 would give Wake their first lead since it was 2-0. Calmes all the way through. Circles around and threw it away. Here is Trimble with Colvin to and he punches it home. Steve Forbes wants his team to calm down here. Dennis, you're
Calm
still
down,
within range.
yes.
There goes Harris.
There you go.
Good.
Under control. Remember, under control, good decision making and open shot making here in these last 2:30.
25 for Juke Harris. 2-point game again. Long way to go. 1 timeout for Wake, 2 for Carolina. Possession arrow belongs to the Heels. Trimble a floater. And Basar knocked it away. Colvin for Makai Mason. Blocked by Basar and out of bounds. And Mason was laying on the baseline. The ball fell into his lap.
That's a big time block by the big fella. Trimble with the cookies. Colvin's running, business decision. Trimble with the big dunk. And right here, good job without fouling by Powell and Basar.
2-point lead. Jaden Young to Wilson. Caleb around the baseline in a double team. Travel is the call from Matt Potter.
You see the difference from the last play?
Right.
Hold your ground, stand straight up. That time, Caleb Wilson couldn't play through the physicality. Colvin straight up, Swigler straight up. That's good defense.
Good job of Cooper Schwieger for Wake Forest.
Yes, sir. Big-time defense down the stretch. Holding his ground. Decision-making, partner. Decision-making right here.
Inside 2 to go. It's a 2-point game. Mason. And through the wickets of Schwieger. Wake going to turn it over.
Miscommunication.
All sorts of close games, and they find themselves in another one here today. 1:49 to go. Wake Forest a turnover. Hubert Davis and the Tar Heels a 2-point lead when we come back. Well, Steve Forbes and the Deacons are huddled up, and they're back in the neighborhood where they have been accustomed to already a half-dozen times this year, Dennis, including the other night against Miami, a week ago against Virginia Tech. They had a 3-point game against Longwood. They went back-to-back at Bob Marr in a tournament. They lost to Texas Tech and beat Memphis on the heroics of Miles Colvin. And, of course, the Detroit game against Michigan, where they had 2 great looks to win and ended up losing.
That's why I like to paint the picture of decision-making, shot-making, and rebounding. So if we can look at that last play, Schwieger's been making a couple of threes out tonight. If he stays in this corner, Mason turns the corner nicely. The defense shrinks. Stay in the corner. You've made a couple threes. You can take the lead on that play. Those are the small details down the stretch. Those 1-point games that we showed that graphic.
All right, Wake Forest now. Next foul will be 2 shots in the common fouls for Carolina. If you're Wake Forest with 1:49 to go, it's still a 2-point game. You just played this out.
Play solid. Play solid like you did that last possession when Caleb Williams got the turnover.
Trimble against Mason. Deacons man-to-man. Young against Calmes. Big moments here for Jaden Young, by the way. Trimble. Back for Wilson. Lob inside. They saw the catch and the dunk. How about that? The reverse flush. Wake bench thought he traveled. Carolina by 4. 75 seconds to go. And a foul on Jonathan Powell against Juke Harris on the perimeter with 16 to shoot. Word on Powell.
Partner, once again, I don't know too many 4-5, 5-4. They're just great interior passing. Gather yourself and go 2-hand dunk backwards, like at the park. Look how he gathers himself.
Nice feed by the 4-man.
Yes.
1-and-1. Free throw good for Juke Harris. He's got 26 now. Career high 29. He's got 27 with the make there. What a half. What a game for Harris, the sophomore from Salisbury. 63 seconds left. 2-point game again. Powell.
1 minute.
Here's Young on the attack. Jaden Young all the way through. He's going to draw the foul. Foul is on Juke Harris. The 10th foul on Wake Forest. With 57.6 left, and Jaden Young is 1 of 2 at the free throw line this year.
Well, what I like that last possession, though, partner, he had missed the 3 earlier. The defense rotated to him, puts the ball on the floor, and gets to the basket free throw line. Huge free throws right here for him.
3rd foul for Juke Harris. And here is Jaden Young, who is living out a dream playing at Carolina. Free throw good. He played for the all-time winningest coach in North Carolina high school history, Greensboro Day School's Freddie Johnson. Then he went to Virginia Tech, got in the portal, was briefly committed to High Point. They had a coaching change, and then Carolina stepped in. And he grew up in eastern North Carolina in Goldsboro, dreaming of playing in Chapel Hill. Got 1 of the 2.
Gave 1 back, though, young fella.
3-point lead, 81-78, 52 seconds to go. Wake trying to win here for the first time in 16 years, almost to the day. .12 to shoot, and here's Harris against Stevenson. on the drive. Over the top of Stevenson, and a foul called on Jaron Stevenson. Juke Harris is going to get 2 free throws on the 9th against Carolina. And you figured it was either going to be 1 or 2, didn't you? For Wake Forest,
hey.
Cal Meese or Juke Harris.
That's it. The ball has to be in their hands, and you trust their decision-making and shot-making.
Crowd is booing because they don't think Stevenson fouled him. And here's Harris. First one cleanly through.
Ice water.
Boy, I'll tell you, this is a nice comeback by the young man who was at the line the other night against Miami and missed 2.
Good call, partner. You beat me to a great call.
81-79.
Oh! Well, was a 4-second difference.
Yep. And there's a foul on Makai Mason against Seth Trimble, who is 70% and has not shot a free throw today. That's the 4th on Mason with 27 seconds left. So Trimble at the line can extend it to as many as 4 if he hits his. That's 6 in the ballgame. First one good. He's got 7. Chance to make it 2 possessions here with 27.3 left. No good. Wilson tried to get it. Last touch by Juke Harris. He and Caleb Wilson battled. Harris says Steve Forbes needs to look at it. And here is the challenge from the Wake bench.
Let's see.
I don't know. I understand.
Previous players under review.
I understand why they're going to look at it. Remember, call on the floor is it stays with Carolina.
Yes. From those 2 angles, for me, it looked like Juke's pinky finger hit it.
At some point.
Here we go, partner. Yeah.
Does Harris's left hand hit it after Wilson's right hand?
Correct. See that pinky right there? That
if
pinky.
the call on the floor says it's Carolina's, is that enough to overturn it?
Yeah, I think to your question, partner, Caleb did hit it first, but at the very end, you see that left pinky of Harris hit the ball. So I think it's going to stand.
The interesting part is usually you can tell who touches it by the way the ball moves.
Correct. Correct.
In this particular case, it doesn't look like the ball changes any kind of
great point.
Direction.
Great point, partner.
Oh, we've gone to the.
Look at this. Look at this in the truck. Look at this.
Look at our folks.
See that pinky? Yep, that pinky.
And wow, another
different angle. Yeah, I love it.
Well, in that case, it looks like it's off Harris.
Yep. Yep.
Now.
So now they get the when to go out of bounds, is the clock right?
Yep. Challenged by Steve Forbes, Bert Smith, Justin Porterfield, Matt Potter on the whistle here today in Chapel Hill. And they're going to look at this one more time. And meanwhile, Justin will come over and tell us here what we got.
Last to touch is Wake.
Got it. So the last to touch is Wake. It will stay with Carolina.
Glad I got my new glasses this morning.
Now, that might be as much you don't have enough to overturn it. So Juke Harris, he was pretty convinced that Caleb Wilson had touched it last. Crowd is starting to see in the arena the replays we've shown you.
Yep.
So the reaction from the partisan Tar Heel faithful here.
And that's where it's tough.
Here's the other part too. Now this is the maintenance of the game that has to take place here with the clock. That's the part they're still to monitor for. And Matt Potter to tell us here what we got on the clock. Yeah. Clock okay. 26.7 is where it is. So it is Carolina ball off of Juke Harris.
And that's a tough break for Coach Forbes because we as players in that position in the moment, maybe Juke didn't feel like it touched his finger, but that's one of those ones you got to be honest with yourself.
Well,
Say no, Coach.
After review,
the
coach's challenge was unsuccessful. The ball is off Wake Forest. North Carolina's ball on the end line.
So the challenge being unsuccessful.
Yes. No timeout for Wake when you do not win your challenge for the people at home.
So Wake is now out of timeouts. Here's Bert Smith again. Or they're doing the maintenance on this for the timeout. Correct. So Wake is out of timeouts. Carolina has one. And a spot throw in for Jaron Stevenson with Cooper Schwieger defending. To Trimble in the corner, and a foul on Miles Colvin. Second on Colvin. 2 more free throws coming for Trimble.
Now Trimble and Young have split, right? Last time at
1
line.
and 2 each. That is correct. So Trimble will get 2 here. Carolina is 15 of 24 at the free throw line tonight. 63%. First one good by Trimble. And it's a 83-79 game. Trimble has 8 in the ball game. Vessar goes out for Carolina. Stevenson's in. Second one for Trimble. 3 of 4 here down the stretch for Carolina. Here's the senior. Calmes can't burn a lot of clock here. They'll take it on the drive and score. What a tough shot, Nate Calmes. And he goes down. Remember, he was injured the other night, second half against Miami, and Calmes has gone down here on his 9th field goal of the ball game. He's now got 25. And he's cut it to a 3-point game with 14.2 left. Sebastian Akins will come out 19 in the second half for Nate Calmes.
He kind of steps on his foot, yeah.
Yeah, caught one of the photographers along the baseline, the left baseline, if you will. So Calmes has to come out. Makai Mason, Sebastian Akins checks in at the guard spot, and here comes Jalen Cross, a 6'4" freshman from Greensboro. And he's playing for the first time since last Saturday when he played 2 minutes against Virginia Tech. He did not appear Wednesday night against Miami. So Braxton Ziegler to work on Nate Calmes, and Carolina gets the ball in bounds, and a prompt foul from Mason will be his 5th. Makai Mason becomes the 3rd Deacon to foul out of the ball game and does so with 13.4. And the score to clock ratio is going to be trouble here for the Deacs if these free throws are knocked down.
Correct. I think Coach Forbes is buying some time for the foul out.
Hubert Davis is going to get his 5 over. And we've got separate sessions at the respective benches here. In a ball game that has been high tempo, we've now drilled it down to a crawl in the last 13 seconds here. So Calmes and Schwieger will wait at the table. They will come in after the first free throw attempt from Trimble. Are they going to let him in now? I guess so. Trimble is 3 of 4 at the line. That's all happened here in the last 40 seconds or so. And now Matt Woodley and Steve Forbes talking to Justin Porterfield. And Hubert Davis wants to play basketball. And they're letting Schwieger. No, they're not going to let Schwieger in. Okay, the Deacs now have 5 on the floor. And Trimble, who's tried to step to the line about 5 times, finally does for the first of 2. And he rattles out. Here comes Schwieger for Jalen Cross. And Vesar comes off the floor.
With the way Carolina shot those free throws, I would have let Vesar in the game for a case of rebounding. That's how that last possession you got, because it was a missed shot and him going for the ball, him and Caleb Wilson.
Trimble on the second. Makes it a 4-point game. Wake cannot wait around here. Trimble's got 10. Calmes picks it up, 13 seconds left. Trying to get the 3, steps out of the corner.
Got it.
Goes. Calmes knocks down the 3. He's got 28. 6.2 left, and it's a 1-point game. Inbound to Stevenson. And Juke Harris is hurt underneath the basket here. So Harris is down. So a look at it from the gameplay. Watch Harris. The screen with Trimble.
Oh, must be a wet spot, because I've seen a lot of guys in the second half.
Way.
Yeah.
So Harris is going to stay in the game. And the officials, because Harris was shaken up, he has to come off the floor with 5 seconds left. He can come in after the first free throw. Isaac Carr, wearing number 7, checks in for the first time in 4 ball games for the Deacons. 2 shots for Stevenson, who's 76%. First free throw attempt of the day. And he's got 3 points. 2-point game again. What a finish this has been, huh?
Crazy. Crazy.
Second one, good. 4 for Stevenson. It's a 3-point game. Carr's going to put this in play. Does to Calmes. He needs a 3 to tie. Calmes for the tie. No good. Ball game. North Carolina 87, Wake 84. Tar Heels are 2-1 in the ACC, 14-2 overall. Wake's now lost 4 of their last 5. They're 1-3 in the ACC. Hard luck 1-3 and 10-7 overall.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Hard luck down the stretch. I always talk about decision making, shot making, and free throw making. The streak was hot for Calmes to the very end. Let's give Carolina a lot of credit. The
Tar
4-5s played big.
Post their 500th win in Smith Center history. The building turns 40 years old a week from tomorrow. Carolina wins it by a final of 87-84. Henry Vesar 25 points. Caleb Wilson 22 points, 12 rebounds. Nate Calmes, Juke Harris 28 each.
Tough break for Wake Forest, but Carolina did what they need to do down the stretch to close out this victory.
Deacons don't play till next Saturday at Florida State. Carolina headed to the West Coast Wednesday night at Stanford. Thanks to our producer Lauren George. For Dennis Scott, Wes Durham. Enjoy. We're number 1.